Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will solve May-June 2019 paper 1. As you know, there are 40 MCQs, and now we have to start with this one. As my screen is in front of you, it's May-June 2019. Let's start with the MCQs. Number first is the diagram shows a cell from a plant leaf and a cell from an animal skin. Which part will stain blue-black with iodine solution? Iodine solution means it is the presence of starch. Starch is not present in animal cells, so both the options are wrong. A is a cell wall and B is a chloroplast, and we know that after the photosynthesis, plant stores starch, so B is the correct option. Number 2 is the diagram shows a plant cell after being placed in a solution for an hour. What provide the explanation for the appearance of a cell? Here we are observing that plant water is loses from a cytoplasm, and so it means both the options, gained option, these two options are wrong. And here we can say plant cell has lost water and it's turgid. Turgid means full of water, so this statement is also wrong. This last option is correct, has lost water and no longer turgid. Number 3 is the diagram shows some cells in the root of a plant that is absorbing water from the soil. Here we have 3 cells. How does the water potential of a cell 2 marked 2 differ from a water potential of a cell marked 1 and 3, right? Here, first of all, we have to understand the phenomena that first of all, water enter into number cell 1, then goes to number 2, then goes to number 3. It means first it has to receive from one cell, then it has to supply to number 3. So we have to look at this one values, that option is lower than cell 1 and higher than cell 3. It has lower water potential than cell 1, that is why it is receiving water from cell 1, and higher than cell 3, that is why it is supplying water to cell number 3. Which statement about enzymes is not correct? It means we have to find out which one is wrong. All enzymes are made up of protein. This statement is correct. All are biological catalyst. It is also correct. Enzymes are destroyed during the reaction that are involved in. It is impossible because enzymes remain unchanged at the end of chemical reaction. So answer is C. What is the effect of lack of nitrate ions on plant leaves? Lack of nitrates ion means the deficiency of protein. Deficiency of protein gives the stunt growth. These options are not correct. Only this option is correct. Number 6. The graph shows how 2 different conditions affect the rate of photosynthesis. We have 2 different type of graphs are there in our syllabus. This graph is there where we have to find out the condition. This condition may be for carbon dioxide concentration, may be for the sunlight, right? But this graph number 2 represent the temperature, right? Because when temperature increases from the optimum, after this one, rate of enzymes activity decreases because enzymes denature. So graph number 2 is temperature, so it leads to B. Number 7 is a plant has leaves with both green and white areas. It means it is a variegated leaf. One of its leaves is partly covered with aluminum foil with black block light. The plant is then placed under a lamp for 24 hours. After this time, discs are cut from the areas of the leaf shown and the test with iodine. Which of the leaf disc will give a blue-black color when tested with iodine? As these 2 discs from white area, they are without chlorophyll, they will never turn into blue-black color. This portion cover under the aluminum foil, it is not receiving sunlight, so it is not give blue-black color. Only Y is giving the correct answer. Y is giving the blue-black color. The diagram shows a section of a wall of a small intestine into which structure are most of the lipid component of the diet absorbed for transport to the rest of the body. Here we have two villi. B and C are the labeling for the epithelial cell. D is a blood vessel. A is the correct answer. A are lacteal. They are bigger than the blood vessel. They are responsible to absorb lipids. Number 9 is quite easy. The diagram shows the arrangement of human teeth in a lower jaw. Which tooth is an incisor? Incisors are the front teeth. So D is the correct answer. Number 10 is, which statement describes the function of a stomach? It absorbs indigestible food material. Bile work, in the second option it is written bile is a function of a liver, so this is not about stomach. It firstly plays in the alimentary canal where starch digestion takes place. Stomach is only for protein digestion. It secretes protease and strong acid HCl. Right? Protease digest protein. Number 11 is, which statement best describes the movement of water through the stem of a plant? For this purpose, we have to understand with the help of a drawing that here on a tree, many leaves are there. They evaporate the water and this causes a transpiration pool, so water move upward direction, right? So for this way, now look at this one, number 11, answer is A. Water moves up by the stem as it evaporates from a leaf, right? There is no other option beside this. Number 12 is, a plant was placed in a water containing black dye. After 24 hours, the plant was removed and sections were taken from the root and stem. Which diagram shows the result? For this purpose, we have to understand xylems are present in the center of the stem, center of a root, and in the stem, many vascular bundles are there and xylems are facing the center. As xylem are responsible for the transportation of water, and this water contains a black dye, so it means this portion is black, it is xylem, and here many vascular bundle are there, center portion is xylem, so A is the correct option. Here they are giving the color to phloem, here they are giving the center portion of this one, here they are giving the color to the inner and phloem, so it means these are the wrong answer. In a muscle, which two substances show net movement from the plasma into the tissue fluid? Right? It means that some substances leave the blood plasma and enters into a tissue fluid. So for this purpose, it means tissue needs some useful substances. Carbon dioxide, no way. Carbon dioxide, no way. Glucose and oxygen. Correct answer, lactic acid, no way. If suppose it is written on the opposite way, that okay, from tissue fluid to plasma, then we can go for carbon dioxide and lactic acid, but they are giving the direction from blood plasma to the tissue. Number 14 is, a patient inhales a drug. Which chamber of the patient heart would be the first to receive blood containing the drug? So for this purpose, as deoxygenated blood enter here, then it goes to D, then after this one, lungs are there, right? Then lungs supply oxygenated blood to chamber B or option B. When a person is inhaling drug, it means this blood will, although it is oxygenated, but it contains drug, so this chamber receive drug for the very first time. Number 15 is, which table shows vessels carrying blood to and from the heart, liver and lungs? Let's start the first one. Blood, heart, blood to organ, pulmonary artery, no way. Pulmonary vein is supplying blood to the heart. So first option is wrong. Here also they are showing pulmonary artery. So these two options are wrong. Here pulmonary vein is there, pulmonary vein is there. Come to this one, second one, liver. Hepatic portal vein supplying blood to the liver? Yes, it is correct, because liver is the important organ that is receiving blood from two blood vessels. One is hepatic artery and second one is hepatic portal vein. Hepatic vein is not supplying blood to the liver. Hepatic vein is not supplying blood to the liver. It supplies blood away from the organ. So C is the correct option. You can check the lungs also, pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. Number 16 is, which statement about anaerobic respiration in human is correct? It only happens in the cells of the lung. Sorry, no way. It takes place, or this takes place in all the living cells. It happens when oxygen supply exceed. No. It releases carbon dioxide. We cannot say. Anaerobic respiration produces other substances like lactic acid. It releases less energy than the aerobic respiration. So 16 is correct. Number 17 is, the diagram shows the human exchange system. Which label part position of larynx? A is a larynx, B is trachea, C are alveoli, B is bronchiole. Okay, so is the correct option. Number 18, the graph shows how the pressure and the volume inside the lungs changes during one complete breath. At which point are the muscles of the diaphragm contract? When the muscles of the diaphragm contract, at that time, volume start increases. Look at this one. This arrow is showing that somewhere something process takes place here as the volume increases. So A is the correct option. B is a position where diaphragm muscles relaxing. Okay, so A is the correct answer. Number 19, the diagram shows the kidney and their associated structure. Which row identify PQRS? P are kidney. So it means both the options are wrong. Q is ureter, R is bladder, S is urethra. Okay, so C is the correct option. Number 20 is, by which mechanism would the body be able to lose most heat on the hot, dry day if the surrounding air temperature is higher than the body temperature? When the heat is there and the temperature is almost dry, so at that time, what happened? This takes place when the winter season is there. Hair erector muscles also erect, muscles relax, so hair lays flat. It is not for this yes, it is not possible. Shivering by body muscles, no way. Sweat glands become more active, so it means when body is releasing sweat, at that time it decreases the body, it lost most heat, and the sweat is also the indication of hot dry weather. Number 21 is, what are the short-term effect of adrenaline? When the person, in some person's body, adrenaline is working, at that time blood sugar concentration increases and it increases the heart rate also. So 3 and 4 is there. Number 22 is, how does the hormonal control usually differ from the nervous system? At that time, speed of a message in the hormone is mostly slower. We are not talking about adrenaline, but all the hormones, their speed of message is slow. So it means both the actions are wrong. Effect is always long term, except adrenaline. Okay, so C is the correct answer. Number 23, a girl is waiting at a bus stop and is watching a bus traveling towards her. It means now the object is nearby. Okay, so at that time, what happened to her eyes? At the bus gets closer. When the object is near, at that time, lens become rounded. Thicker lens is there. So we have these two options. Okay, we will not go for this one. First of all, ligaments ciliary muscles, they contract more, and the ligaments has less tension. When the ligaments have less tension, that causes the lens become thicker. So D is the correct option. Number 24, skeleton of dog is there, and we have to find out radius. Radius is present in the forearm portion. Radius is a smaller bone, and the other one, ulna, is a bigger one bone. So B is the correct option. Number 25, Number 25 is which statement about the use of heroin are correct? First of all, for this purpose, we have to know addiction occur as higher and higher doses are needed to get the same effect. So, answer is correct. It means more doses are required to get the same effect. So, it means we have to select between B and C. Both the options are wrong, so there is no need to discuss. Here we have to figure out which one is correct. These two options. Tolerance of heroin means a user can survive higher and higher dose. That is why a person needed more to get the accurate result or the same effect. Medical assistance is always necessary to withdraw from the heroin addiction. So for this one, sometimes it can be cured by behavioral consultation also. So for this, B is the correct. Number 26, what are the characteristics of bacteria? Bacteria contain cytoplasm, they have DNA, and they don't have nuclear membrane. So 26, tick, tick, cross. This is the correct answer. Number 27, which can be produced using bacteria? Alcohol, pie. Alcohol, bread, cheese, yogurt. So for this one, we have to understand that, wait a minute, we have to find out. Number 27, answer is cheese and yogurt, because these two needs yeast. Okay, so cheese and yogurt are the correct option. Now students, we are moving to number 28. What eventually happens to all the energy in ecosystem? It's very easy. It is lost from the system as heat. Okay, because from one trophic level to other trophic level, 90% lost as heat, and the remaining 10% is used by the organism. Number 29 is which statement about the organisms at the beginning of the food chain is correct? Beginning of food chain means producers are there, right? That they causes decay and provide minerals, feed on animals and recycle energy, they feed on plant. About the organism, it means the statement is they absorb nutrient and photosynthesize. This statement is correct for the producers for the plant. Number 30 is the diagram shows the part of a carbon cycle. Here we have to find out what is the process of X and Y. Okay, so here we are observing that green plants produces carbon dioxide in air, and dead organisms, they are also releases carbon dioxide in the air, right? So number 30 answer is D, right? Because this is a process, both are producing carbon dioxide. Number 31 is, how does an anti-malarial drug control malaria? It kills a mosquito. When the mosquito bite a person, it is impossible. We are always, we know that, okay, some people are taking anti-malarial drug, but mosquito never died. It kills the pathogen in a bloodstream. Yes, because when pathogen is there in the bloodstream, it is controlled or killed by anti-malarial drug. It prevents the mosquito from breeding. It stopped. No way. Answer is B. Next is number 32. Many of the world's major rivers have dams to control the flow of blood. What consequence of this long-term benefit for human? We have to find out what is the long-term benefit of the dams, formation of dam. Holding silt in the reservoir so that it not spread into no way. Dams are for the to reserve water, providing a reservoir of still water for mosquito larvae. No way, we need some favorable point. Separating migrating fish. No way, storing water for humans to drink. right? Whatever the dams are there in your or my country, that is responsible to store water for human drinking purpose. Number 32, number 33, a male gamete leaves the pollen grain immediately after the pollen tube has entered which structure, right? So for this one, it means K, just for example, it is stigma, style, and ovary is there. When pollen tube is formed, so at that time, the gamete leaves immediately after the pollen tube enter into which structure? Ovule is there, right? Here in the ovary, ovule is there, and it is leave the pollen tube. Number 34, what are genetically identical? 34, genetically identical means one parent is there and a new one is produced. Brother and sisters are in the same family. When two genders are there, then how they can genetically identical? Cutting from the same plant, okay. Gametes are there. Gametes are always not genetically identical. Seeds are again not genetically identical. B is the correct one, because if they are taken from the same plant, it will grow into a same plant. Number 35 is the diagram shows some of the stages in the human reproduction from ovum to fetus. What is the body does, where is the body does stage 2 occur? This is the stage 2. Stage 2 means the point where fertilization process takes place. Fertilization process takes place in the oviduct. Uterus is a position where implantation takes place. Number 36 is which row correctly pair a hormone when it's function in the menstrual cycle. 36 is FSH stimulate release of egg. No way, it only stimulates an egg, mature the egg. LH stimulates release of egg. Yes, LH work or LH is highest during 2 to 3 days time period where ovulation process is there. It is the hormone that is responsible to push the egg into the oviduct. So B is the correct option. Number 37. Two heterozygous plant are crossed. What is the likely ratio of homozygous genotype and heterozygous genotype? The best one is you have to make a Punnett square for this one. Heterozygous, they are saying I'm selecting only capital A, capital A, capital A, small a. Right? So here they are saying homozygous genotype and heterozygous genotype. We have two homozygous genotype and two heterozygous genotype. It means 2:2 ratio, or we can say 1:1 ratio. So this is the correct answer. Okay. Number 38. Which row shows the sex chromosomes when parents have a baby boy? Baby boy, it means X and Y chromosomes are there. XY, XY. This is wrong. This is wrong. Sperm cell must contain Y. Okay, because egg cell is always containing X. So this is the correct option. Number 39, which statement about the process of genetic engineering is not correct? It means again we have to find out the wrong statement. Okay, animals with suitable organs for transplant can be developed into a laboratory. Nowadays they are growing, they are developing liver. Gene therapy can be used to prevent infectious bacterial diseases. No, this is not the correct one, and we have to find out the wrong answer. So this is the wrong one. It can be used to make important medical products such as insulin. This is a part of genetic engineering, even the part of our syllabus also. Plant can make resistant pests and diseases to produce bigger. Yes, they are using genetic engineering for this one. Number 40 is the last one is which term describe reproduction between those members of a species that are best fitted to their environment. Best fitted to their environment means they are survival of the fittest. They are the best for this environment, and the term describe reproduction is natural selection. Okay, of a species that are best fitted to their environment. If suppose only one species is left, then that is the survival of the fittest. But they are saying कि भाई describe the reproduction. Term describe reproduction between these two members of the species that are best fitted to their environment. So this is natural selection. We cannot go for discontinuous variation. We cannot go for the gene mutation. So students, this topic is clear for everyone. In the next video, I will give you the remaining October-November paper also. Allah Hafiz.